Alright, so today I'm going to be reviewing some Kiwitata game controllers. Picked these up for a RetroPi build. I'm going to be doing an SNES themed build. So I found these. They seem to be well reviewed and kind of like middle of the road as far as price goes. I went with, it doesn't look like it in this picture, but I went with the wired controllers. You can find them on Amazon, like right here, and they are currently $12.99. So there are some that are cheaper, only by a few bucks, and there are some, especially if you get into Bluetooth, that get a lot more expensive. So I'm just gonna pop these open. It is a 2-pack. I'll just take the one out. I like the Super Famicom button scheme, and I've watched a lot of these kind of like retro gaming videos, and people seem to really like the Famicom over the SNES. And I agree, or I disagree about like 95% with them. I think what the Famicom has that looks so much better are these colorful buttons. With the SNES, it was just like 2 shades of blue, very boring. And the Famicom had these colorful buttons, and everything else about it I think was actually uglier. I like the design of the SNES, and I don't know, maybe I can get my hands on a system. I can talk about why I think it is design-wise superior. Anyway, so I don't know, it's a controller. It feels fine. It's hard to like really tell about these things unless you actually play it. But I mean, it seems like as advertised. It certainly looks really nice. I'm not a huge fan of the massive logo, but it's difficult to find anything without the giant logo, but it's a familiar feel. So they did like a nice, feels like a pretty good facsimile of the original controller. So I'm gonna crack it open. I was gonna test it out, and I will do that. But first, I think I want to crack it open. I just want to see what's inside here. Let's see. I don't think these are not security bits. I think I can just do it with the Phillips head. So that is what I will try to do. So fast forward, starting now. Alright, that went a lot faster than I expected. This pops off really easily. I wonder, they were talking about how it's, in the listing they were bragging about how it's ABS, and I don't see any markings. I don't know why they would lie about that, but I just thought it was so funny that they touted ABS as like the main selling point. So this is kind of interesting. Like a lot of the systems I've cracked open so far were like physical buttons, like those little clicky ones that are soldered in place. But this is like there's a contact and like one of those conductive silicon pads on this. I don't know how common what that was with, like, if that was the case with the original one, but of course it's more of that down there. So silicon pads, a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Smarter people than me probably know all about what all of these things are. I just like to look at it. PCB 2017. Oh, look at September 20th. Revision A. That's mildly interesting. All right. Well, I guess that answers my question as to what's inside of it. I'm going to shut down, and then I will start recording again when I have it set up with a Raspberry Pi. All right, so I got the Kiwitata controller all reassembled. I went back really easily. Hopefully I did it right. It's hopefully mostly idiot proof. Now I'm going to just boot it up my Raspberry Pi, and I can. So the way the RetroPi works is you have to configure any new controller. So I'm going to go down to configure input. Yes, I do. So there are 2 gamepads detected. It says hold a button on your device to configure it. And I believe they mean not the A button, but just any old button. But all right, so D-pad up. All right, there we go. It's all set up, so I can go through now. And here's my Super Nintendo. Oh, actually, go with the classic. I guess I should adjust this so you can see. Player, here we go. How do I switch? I forget. There we go. Oh, great. Yeah, this feels real good to play. Sorry, I got distracted by this game. I mean, everything's like real quick. I like the corded ones, not just for nostalgia, but also for you don't have to deal, like if you get a cheap Bluetooth, that can really get like a bit laggy and stuff. There we go. Boom. I'm a genius. All right, so let's see, is there anything else? All right, let's go. I'll just go back to this. So, I mean, ultimately, like this seems like a pretty good deal. I kind of liked it. I like how it feels. The only downside, like I said before, I mean, this huge logo. I'm going to see if I can remove it, and maybe I can get like a SNES decal there, or like maybe like a Super Famicom decal. I think that would look kind of sharp. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. You know, like it, subscribe, do whatever you want. Oh, that's great. I have my LaCroix back there. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.